open this to our panel, let me go across to Major General Anil Verma, the National Coordinator and Head for ADR. Thank you very much, Major General Anil Verma, for joining us. Even as your petition is in the court, my first question to you is, what has made you place this petition before the court? It's a very important petition coming at a very crucial juncture. Could you explain to us the reasons behind you approaching the court on this?
See, basically last year there was a case of Anup Baranwal versus Union of India, in which the Supreme Court had given certain directions that till such time a law is made, the composition of the selection party would include the Chief Justice. Subsequently, in December 2023, an act was passed in the parliament. I think the opposition had walked out and all that, but it was passed. And it was made into an act, and it was effective in January 2024. So the basic thing was that there were arguments done during that time, and in the judgment which was given in the Anup Baranwal case, the reasons which were given by the Supreme Court, and it was a constitution bench, they said that the Election Commission should be fearlessly and robustly independent. The executive has a critical stake in the election process in ensuring that there is free and fair elections. And this judgment relied on the 255th Law Commission report, which had also recommended that, the Chief Justice is in part of the selection process as far as the CBI director and the Lok Ayog.
Correct.
So it was based on that logic. Now, the basic thing was that, the selection process should be insulated from the political or the executive. And this was also stated in the Constituent Assembly. And for 70 years, we did not have a law. So it is a good thing that a law has been made and an act has been passed as far as the selection procedure, the appointments,
Correct.
and, all that thing has been done. But the main thrust of keeping the executive away was sort of, once the act was passed, things were changed. So, and if I were to just quote Justice Rastogi, who was one of the judges in this Anup Baranwal, he said, selection process of a constitutional post cannot be equated with a bureaucratic functionary. If the executive is left with the exclusive discretion to select a candidate, it may destroy the fabric of the constitutional institution. So they had gone to such lengths, the Supreme Court judges, when this is. So basically, what we have said, there are two prayers. One is that you stay the implementation of the Section 7 of the Act. The Section 7 specifies the composition of the selection committee, which is the Prime Minister, the leader of the opposition, and one union member. The CGI has been replaced by a union cabinet minister. And the second prayer is that you may kindly direct the Union of India to appoint the vacant posts which are there, two of them, election commissioners, in accordance
I have
with
a panel waiting with me, sir. But before I go to them, one question, sir. While there are concerns about the impartiality of Election Commission of India repeatedly, which is being raised, also the appointments that may happen, that's one side. But there's also another side to this, separation of executive from the judiciary. Isn't there other ways to look at unbiased or unaffiliated election commissions than roping in a judiciary, which was a temporary clause or a temporary period stopgap arrangement, if I may use that?
You're right. We are not saying that the Chief Justice, we have just said that the executive should not have the exclusive power. It can be some other person of eminence, who can be there in the selection committee, so that there is a unbiased, because right now the majority is there. And there is also a section in the Act which says that if there is somebody missing, for example, if the leader of the opposition is not there, even then the selection committee will go ahead and decide. So that is the issue. And that is why,
All right.
If we go back to history, Mr. Lavasa had
fair
resigned
enough. You've made
for
some very
certain
important
reasons.
point. Right.
And now,
Major
why
General
Mr.
Anil
Arun
Verma,
Goel?
thank you very much for joining us.
Okay.